Hi everyone, today I'm going to show you how to replace an ABS on the Ford Edge 2013. The problem first started when I slammed on the brake and the brakes lost pressure afterwards. I had the car towed to my mechanic that I usually use. The first thing they did was replacing master cylinder and a brake booster. Afterwards they called me and they said that they have done the replacement and bled the brake multiple times and there's still no brake pressure. They apologized and suggested I should have the car towed to the dealership and have them deal with it. I took the car to the dealership and they informing me that the ABS needed to be replaced. They quoted me $2,000 for the repair job. I declined their offer, so they charged me $250 for diagnosis. I had the car towed back home. My friend and I fixed it ourselves. Their job was much easier to compare to Toyota Prius. However, there is a few things that DE wires might have issues with, such as programming. Please keep in mind that you have three options to choose from. Option number one, which is the easiest option, you can send your ABS to repair service. Look up on eBay, they will have repair services that they can fix it for you and resend it back for you, roughly around $300 to $400. Afterwards, you can just install it back to your car without needing to reprogramming. I checked out the repair service before. They told me they couldn't help me because there is no code and on my ABS, so I had to choose the programming route. Option number two, buy a used part and ask mechanic to program it. Or ask them to lend you the OBD machine and then you can follow the instructions in my video to do it yourself. This is what I choose. And option number three, buy the part and then pay the mechanic for the labor and have them to do everything for you. But again, if you buy brand new parts, it's roughly around $1,000 for the brand new parts. And if you're buying the used parts, it just depends. You can go to parts.com and they will have all the price range and choose local place, because what I've done is I have to take out my car parts about 3 times. The parts 3 times. The first time, I don't think that my mechanic is programmed it right because I watched him and I don't think that he did it right. So it did not work that well. It's about 70% of brakes. So I have to resend it back to the eBay seller. The second time I have to, install them back into the car and there is no response at all. So I have to contact the eBay people and send them back. It costs money to send them back, to have them to refund it back for me what I bought. And it's so inconvenient. I have to take it out twice. Actually, it's around, take it out and put them in twice. And the third time, I have to buy it from the local place, and which I came and pick it up because I do not want to have to buy it and waiting for the shipping and all that stuff. So I picked it up myself, install it, and when I install, I didn't use the wrench, the brake wrench. So I was checking already, having the mechanic guy over there pump the brakes for me, so I can check to see if there's any leaks. Visually, I didn't see any leaks until everything was plugged in, put back together. Then when we bled the brake, there is some minor that was like a leak because it was not tightened right, because I just used a regular wrench instead of the brake wrench. So do use the brake wrench if you want to get it done properly. So then we have to take it back out and tighten everything with the brake wrench, which is working the third time. Everything works like a charm. Everything is good. So pretty much I can drive my car and I have no problem so far. This has been about 3 months after I replaced it. So everything works just fine. And I wish you luck with tackle your Ford ABS problem. And please do your research thoroughly so you can make sure that it's not ABS, because it's very expensive to replace. You do not want to replace the most expensive things first. And also try to find ways to test your brake booster and brake cylinder, master cylinder, so that way you don't just replacing parts that is still good. So wish you luck, and I will continue to explain to you throughout the whole video how I did it. Thanks. Okay guys, so first thing you got to do is to take off this latch right here, taking out the sensor, taking this out, pulling this whole thing out, the air filter, and then underneath here there's a hose right here that you need to take out, and then you want to unscrew this, unscrew that, and take this whole thing, this whole unit out, and then take this positive, negative, take them out. Oh, actually negative first, and then take the tray out, and then you can reach the HCU, the hydraulic unit there, and behind this thing. So it's not really that hard. It just, the bracket is a pain in the butt, but the rest of, and the brackets, the two brackets, the one all the way to the back, there's a bolt all the way to the back, and then there is the bolt that is holding up this. This is for the trays, for the battery trays. Bolt is terrible, but the rest of it shouldn't be that hard. And then I have to take this one to have the mechanics doing the programming for the new brake, hydraulic brake. So that's that right here. This is the set you're gonna need. Is the socket, the 15 down to 12, and there's 1 8. So this is pretty much, that's all you need for most of the work. However, this thing right here, the bracket for right here, the bracket here is so painful because this thing is in the way. It's hard to remove things without extensions. So I use every kind of extensions there is to just to try to remove the bolt underneath here, which now I'm trying to reattach it, but it's just not easy to reach it because this thing is in the way right here. So practically everything else is not that hard, just this thing. And there's another one in here that is hard to take out, is the black, like the electrical piece that attached to this piece. So literally what you need to do is you have to do this from underneath is much better, or all this brake line is removed. Then what you need to do is reach underneath this thing right here and pull up, and then up like this and pull out. So from the bottom, pull up the thing right here, pull it up, and then pull out. That's how you do it. And then the same thing, you're doing the opposite. So put them in and then push it down. So this latch here will coming out. So that's hard one. And then there's a end of the bracket all the way in the back there. You have to crawl underneath to able to reach the bolt from the bracket. So that is pretty much the hardest thing. Everything else is pretty straightforward. You know, the battery right here, remove the battery out, then you can able to access to this part. And then we just removing these, the air, all that stuff, just so it just get out of the way, so it's easier to reach. And no, we have no obstacle, but this bracket is the worst. So take this out and take this out right here, and now you put it back. Screw this part back. Then you need to put them back. So right here. Guys, if you are going to programming, this is the time you can stop and get your keep your connector to the old module, and then use a jumper cable to for a positive and negative terminal of your battery to the external, the battery that you took out, using the jumper cable, jump it from your car to the external battery. That way you can do the programming.
current. Yes. Vehicle control, vehicle ignition is on position. Okay, cable is good. Securely attached to the vehicle. Okay, so I'm gonna go inside. Okay, so this is what they said. Cable's condition, batteries fully charged, verify, configure for this. Check VCI icon display, attempt communication between the above. Okay, got it. This is what I have. Turn on ignition. Position on. Oh shoot, the ground is not on. Just 1 second. Okay. 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 Ignition's on. Okay. Just 2 language insured. Okay. Yes. Okay. Press OK. Signature select. Should have contact us. Try again. The modules listed install the vehicle, verifying the modules installed before program, and following modules incorrect. Sure, ignition is on. Green check mark and we see the display. Recharge. Okay, this tell me to install a new module. I'm gonna go out and install a new one. to it. Into the old ones. Switch off. The module listed may not be installed in vehicle. Verified module is installed before program diagnostic. Please run the program module installed correctly. Following modules have incorrect vehicle identification. Okay. I think it did not. It's not successful. Okay. Okay. Progress. Yes. That's how it goes, but you gotta put it away.
Can we put the camera down for a second?
Okay.